भन
हेर त्यस्तो गर्ने हैन त्यसको के गरिस् तैँले
हजुर को
पढ पढ लास्टको पढ त के गरेछ तैँले नफाल्न बाबाले पठाउनको ले के को फालेको
हैन
तँलाई खाइसाउ गाली खान्छस्
तर मैले किन नर्थेन त
मुख चलाउनु हुन्न के मुख चलाउनु टिचरले आफूले गरेको भन्छ
Let me okay. I think that was too late, but yesterday we reacted to the whole Fnac law. I feel like it. I've already had enough of that penguin.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Damon here, and today I present to you a special video. As you know, I have quite a fondness for the Five Nights at Candy's games, and today I have constructed a video explaining the timeline of Five Nights at Candy's. Do note, however, before we get into this video, that this will probably be quite long, so I'll try to shorten it down a bit. The link will be in the description. Discussions are also free to be present in the comment section. Now let's get straight into this. We start our timeline off before 1961. The Rat and Cat Theatre is open to the public, providing entertainment to families throughout the antics of two costume actors known as the Rat and the Cat. It is co-founded by two actors. The Rat is an acting graduate, along with the other who takes the role of a puppeteer with a ventriloquist puppet called Vinny. Mary Schmidt and her brother are born, and her mother passed away during her childhood, and the last memory she had of her is an origami cap she made with her. October 9th. Mary comes to the Rat and Cat Theatre while her father and brother are away at a camp. She arrives early for each show throughout the week and plays hide and seek with Rat and Cat actors, losing each time. This all leads up to October 13th. There's a surprise show where the actors would reveal the names of the Rat and the Cat.
By the way, this game is Fnac free. So if you want to play only order, you would have to play Fnac free, Fnac 1, and then Fnac 2. So there we go.
Excited children gather around the inebriated rat and play a big game of hide and seek, which Mary partakes in. As all the hiding spots are taken, she decides to hide in the closet of an open employee room.
Who the hell would hide in a closet of an employee room? Probably Freddy.
Chose to find her in there, having seen her come in.
Maybe.
The puppeteer scolds the rat for his behaviour, and the two end up in a confrontation, leading to the farmer to be strangled. He pushes the latter off, who hits the table and behind him and ends up paralysed and bleeding out to death. The cat's actor comes in after hearing what happened and decides to call the police to tell them the truth, despite the puppeteer wanting to make up a story to save his career. Seeing no other choice, he strangles the cat to death, taking advantage of the airtight mask.
Oh, that is sad, honestly, bro. That puppet is a lunatic. Vinny, man.
The puppeteer calls the police, takes the diploma and leaves. The
Cat and Rat is dead. R.I.P. Cat and Rat, first death.
Played out, leaving a traumatized Mary alone. She leaves as the police outside are given a fake report by the puppeteer. Her father fights through the police and embraces his daughter, and the experience left her suppressing memories and fearing the performers. She will proceed to have nightmares about them from that moment on, taking the form of monsters. Memories of her home, her old home, and toys, including her favourite lollipop, are locked away in her mind. The puppeteer, while still traumatized by what he did, tries to make a name for himself with the diploma. He stars as the lead of a horror film called Psychopath, which has a broken box office record in 1 week. Before November 19th, Robotics Corp opened a factory on St. Antonia's Road, 27.
Hey, it's Robotic Corp's factory! The factory I've been working in for the past 3 nights, which I hated there in the Ridgebane Penguin. So
specializing in the design of
Fnac 2 is the robotic factory. You work in it, and then it gets burned down in Night 6, so...
Production of animatronics. They began with wire-controlled animatronics, and will continue to advance their technology for years to come. The first creations were the Rat and the Cat, which would replace the costume actors for the Rat and Cat Theatre's grand reopening. Both animatronics soon became possessed by the deceased souls of the dead actors. November 19th, the Rat and Cat Theatre has its grand reopening. Mary Schmidt is brought here by her father after a traumatic experience. Her younger brother is there as well, who approaches the rat as they perform for the audience. He is attacked by the possessed animatronic. Though he is not badly injured, the animatronics are sent back to the factory, where they will be used for newer, fully mobile models in the future.
Don't they?
December 3rd, Mary is played...
That's Vinny. It might look like the marionette for FNAF, but it's Vinny.
By a vision of Vinny's puppet, who has not forgotten what she had did, and guilts her not to turn him on since the deaths of the Rat and Cat actors were her fault. She had been seeing a therapist to overcome her nightmares of the Rat and the Cat, who she has drawn as monsters she feared. He tries to help her remember the day it happened. In her sleep, before her nightmares, an origami cat helps her in remembering her old room before she moved and offering tips on fighting the nightmares. Throughout the week, Mary dreams about the monstrous rat and cat, fending them off while she sleeps with a cassette player given to her by her father with a music tape he recorded to help her sleep when she was younger. She remembers more of her room, as well as the week leading up to the tragic event. December 7th. Mary finally remembers what had happened last year. The therapist suggests to describe the room where the incident happened, offering to help her overcome the fear of the three actors. He reckons she should continue visiting once a week until she finally recovers. As a side note, the therapist asks his assistant to schedule a meeting with the authorities and the case manager so that Mary can give a witness statement to the events of reopening the case between the 12th of June 1962 and the 6th of April 1963.
And then in the
With
last
the
night
case
it's gonna be a
reopened
puppet. I think
and
that's
Mary
gonna be a
giving
puppet.
her
I don't
testimony
know.
of the events, the puppeteer is tried and executed for his crime. Mary decides to confront...
Did I just hear that correctly? So the puppeteer got executed for his crimes. I mean, that is like 2 murders.
him
So
in
3
her dreams,
deaths
him
so
being the
far.
primary source of her fears.
Guys, by the way,
Takes the form of a
okay, you know, I'll put subtitles on. But by the way, count the deaths in your head.
monstrous Vinny in one last nightmare. She manages to conquer him, finally freeing herself from the fears. June 14th. Mary has finally been improving since she remembered her trauma. Every therapy session, she's more energetic and happy. Mary has had no more nightmares and has been able to draw regularly. Her therapist concludes in his report that the next session will be their last. Mary no longer needs counselling. 1964.
Oh, it's
November the 13th.
It's old candy, it's a rat, and then it's blank.
Midnight. The old rat animatronic, along with a special model named Blank and a new blue version of the cat named Candy, are sitting on a conveyor belt in the robotics factory. The rat awakens and begins wandering around the factory, prepared to wreak havoc. CTC Entertainment is formed and Candy's Burgers and Fries opens up to the public. Both Candy and Blank are the main attractions while Rat is kept away in the factory.
Yeah, deserve that.
1965. One night, Candy is led through the restaurant by a shadow Candy. The spirit...
Oh, this is not the real game. Still in the backstories, but this isn't the real game. This is the old Candy time. The Candy isn't
the actor who possessed the old
developed
cat animatronic. He leads him to the maintenance room where a mechanic is at work. Scared, the mechanic tases Candy. 1976.
Okay.
Blank roams around the restaurant, picking up drawings depicting candy done by children. One drawing depicts the shadow Candy, and the spirit appears before Blank. 1987. Before September the 20th.
Ah, this is the opening of this one. This bag is a fries. This
Mary
candy.
Schmidt decides to visit Freddy Fazbear's Pizza before it has its grand reopening with the new improved toy animatronics. She ends up seeing the puppet, who reminded her eerily of Vinny from her past. September 22nd. Mary now works as a security guard for the Robotics Corp factory, running surveillance. Around 1:57 AM, she has seen up a projection of Vinny, taking the shape of the puppet around the conveyor belts, who slowly approaches the camera while it isn't focused on him. He then moves his face directly in front of it as to scare Mary. Mary sees a rather old recording from 1964 of Candy and Blank sitting lopsided on the conveyor belt at 1:57. Vinny is there and says that it was a mistake, his, and whatever mistake that it was made into a problem, her problem. September 23rd. 2 children have gone missing in the robotics factory, perhaps there from the previous day. Around 13 past midnight, the rat kills the security cameras, his spirit ordering Cat to capture them and put them on the conveyor belt of an assembly machine and killed. Left on a conveyor belt are bloody animatronic parts. During this whole tragedy, Mary has fallen asleep on the job. September 24th, 2:36 AM. The conveyor where the bloody parts are is now a crime scene, and with police tape all around. Vinny is there as well, frantically shaking his head and approaching the camera again, but he doesn't put his face in front of it. September 25th. The new Candy the cat and his twin sister Candy are made. 1:57 AM. They are currently on the same conveyor belt as before. Vinny, seen on the camera again, points to them. There's nothing unusual about the animatronics after seeing that Vinny disappeared. Mary turns the camera back to see the 2 cats staring straight at her. The spirits of the twins who were killed on the assembly machines ended up possessing the animatronic parts from the incident, which are used to create both Candy and Cindy. October. Old Candy is on the floor during a very busy day.
Old Candy.
He is led once again by Shadow Candy through the restaurant to find a crying child in the office. Excited to see him, the child runs off to his father, who had been impatiently waiting for him. The spirit leads him back to the family, the father scolding his son. Programmed to help children against violence, and due to the misunderstanding, Candy attacks the father.
Oh, the Old Candy.
The aftermath of this led to Candy's systems traumatized and his decommission. He is then replaced by the new Candy, Cindy, and other animatronics. The rat is sent to the restaurant, though he is kept within a second maintenance room.
Yeah, deserve
November 23rd. The new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza closes down once again due to tragic circumstances, allowing Candy's Burgers and Fries to rise in popularity.
Oh, that's sad. Come on, why does Freddy Fazbear's have to close? I mean, there was like 10 children missing for the first 2 games, so that is deserved.
Before November 24th, before his last night of the work week, a night guard calls a junior manager to join him during his shift, having found something he wanted to show him. The manager declined. The next morning, Blank had been severely damaged by a wrench, and the guard left in the middle of the shift with no sign of him. He is sent a pink slip for his actions. Blank is left almost unfixable and somewhat glitched, though the children don't mind.
Yeah,
November 24th. No longer working at Robotics Factory, Mary Schmidt takes up the position at Candy's as a night security guard. Throughout the week, she is forced to fend herself from the haunted and glitchy animatronics. Both the spirits of the cat actor and the rat actor return to torment Mary.
Oh, I know.
November 27th. The police are investigating the disappearance of a farmer night guard who damaged Blank.
Is this one now?
November 28th.
The one I was playing.
Mary is paid for her work, having survived the ordeal. November 29th. Mary returns for his 6th night. Despite her not needing to work that night, she is paid for overtime. November 13th. Mary returns for one last night, though she is fired due to tampering with animatronics and too much perfume. And I said that in quotations.
What? Too much perfume?
1989.
That's mad.
Candy and Cindy are scheduled to have second versions created for them. Chester's update is rejected. One night, the current Chester roams the restaurant until it enters the office, where a projection of Vinny disappears and leaves behind a key to the second maintenance room. Chester goes to open it and is immediately disassembled by
Oh my god, he let the rat free. Who on earth would do that? Not me.
Sometime after old Candy is disassembled and kept away in the maintenance room, the penguin activates at night and roams the restaurant.
No, do not talk about that penguin. I'm crashing up.
Bring back the parts from Chester. In 1989 to 1990, Marilyn Schmidt is born to Mary. 1991, the new Candy and Cindy replace the old ones. Chester is nowhere to be seen, and even the children notice this. Blank activates and roams around the restaurant during the night. He goes around picking up drawings left by children who are still fond of Blank. 1992. One night, Candy ends up losing his tie. Cindy activates and goes and finds it and returns it for him.
What?
1993. The rat activates again and sneaks through the restaurant, avoiding detection by the other wandering animatronics. He reaches the office and kills the current night guard. Later that night, there's a police investigation. Candy activates and not only discovers that the body of the guard, but the open door to the rat storage. The door closes and Candy is apprehended and deactivated as the rat's scapegoat.
Oh.
Candy's Burgers and Fries is closed due to the murder. The animatronics are decommissioned and sent off to Robotics Factory.
Of course,
Sometime later, the factory is closed due to it being declared unsafe after another fatal incident, the 6th in 31 years. The company declares bankruptcy shortly afterwards. 2007, August. Marilyn Schmidt once again lost a bet with her friends and has to spend 5 nights in the abandoned Robotics Factory. In the warehouse department, she is forced to fend off against the haunted and glitchy animatronics, including the rat and the cat. After spending an extra night there, she takes advantage of the factory's power schedule and faulty wiring and sets the factory ablaze.
Yeah, that's good.
The fire brigade arrives at 7 PM and are unable to put out the fire until 8 in the next morning, where the fire finally causes the factory to crumble. Candy and his legacy are finally destroyed. So there you have it, guys.
Well, there it is. That's the entire lore of Candies. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. And creds to AM Gaming 4523. Sub to his channel, I guess. And I'll see you in the next one. And bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.